The Taliban may have captured Afghanistan, but let's not forget who primed the country for this collapse. For 20 years, the United States fought the war in Afghanistan. Today, looking at the pictures that have been coming in, we have to ask, what was the point? What did America achieve after 2 decades of this war? This is a complete capitulation. Kabul has fallen without resistance. I have some pictures for you tonight. They capture the magnitude of America's failure. The first image is from Saigon in 1975. This is after America lost the Vietnam War. The North Vietnamese army was advancing on Saigon, so CIA helicopters scrambled to evacuate the US embassy. This picture is a nightmare for American policymakers and a reminder of their biggest defeat. The question was, would there be a repeat? Would Kabul 2021 become Joe Biden's Saigon moment? In fact, he was asked this question just last month. This is how he responded.
The Taliban is not the North Vietnamese army. They're not remotely comparable in terms of capability. There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy of the United States from Afghanistan. It is not at all comparable.
Either the US president was lying or his intelligence officers lied to him, because 40 days on, this is the scene in Kabul. Another US embassy, another helicopter evacuation, 46 years and 4,000 kilometers apart. The American embassy is completely abandoned. No personnel, no diplomats, no American flag. It's a complete ghost building. Earlier, it emerged that the US embassy had instructed its personnel to destroy sensitive materials. And now reports say the Taliban have assembled outside it. It really sums up the situation. For 20 years, this embassy was a powerhouse in Afghan politics. Today, it lies at the mercy of the Taliban. The optics are bad enough, but America's planning was even worse. They spent 20 years and $89 billion on the Afghan army. They trained them, gave them modern weapons, and most importantly, marketed them. The United States oversold the Afghan army. They told us it was ready to repel the Taliban. But the reality was quite different. The Taliban captured the entire country in weeks. The final assault was completed in days. So where exactly did things go wrong? For starters, America never audited their expenditure. They dumped money on Afghanistan but did not check where this money was going. Most of it was diverted by corrupt politicians and commanders. And then you have the training itself. Americans love their gung-ho military tactics. But war in Afghanistan is different. It is a battle of patience and attrition. 2 lessons that the US commanders, it seems, could not teach the Afghan army. What about defense technology? That's another disaster. Afghanistan uses American technology, whether for weapons or aircraft. To maintain and repair these, you need American contractors. Unfortunately, they were among the first ones to flee the country. So when helicopters and jets were damaged, there was no one to repair them. Afghan mechanics frantically tried to call US contractors. Sometimes they connected on Zoom calls. Remember, we are talking about cutting-edge machines here, not something you can fix over Zoom. Did US commanders know about all of this? It's difficult to imagine that they did not. But this was not a military decision. America had the money and the manpower to keep fighting. What they did not have was the political will. So what did they do? Hide behind false intel reports and cut deals with the Taliban. On the 11th of August, US defense officials unveiled this report. It said that Kabul could be encircled in 30 days and taken over in 90 days. That was on the 11th of August. Just 5 days later, the Taliban are lounging inside the presidential palace in Kabul. We concede that intelligence is not always precise, but America got it wrong by 85 days, close to 3 months. This can mean two things. The US was completely disconnected from the ground situation, or the intel report deliberately downplayed the threat. So it's either ignorance or malfeasance. While these intel reports were being churned out, the US was busy cutting deals with the Taliban. The first came courtesy Donald Trump, the man who lit the fuse. He excluded the Afghan government from the talks, put the Taliban on a negotiating table, and agreed to pull out from Afghanistan. Before he could complete the agreement, Donald Trump was ousted. It was Joe Biden's turn then to lead the war, or in this case, wind up the war. Joe Biden had no problems reversing Trump's policies, whether it comes to climate change or even Iran. But on Afghanistan, he stuck with Donald Trump's agreement. So we have two presidents, one Republican, one Democratic, both equally complicit. In the last few days, the US was again cutting deals. They were asking the Taliban to spare the American embassy. In the end, it did not matter because Washington ended up abandoning the entire building. The US wants to complete its evacuation process. What about the millions of Afghans on the ground? Apparently, that is none of their concern. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the US mission in Afghanistan was a success. Then how did the Taliban win? Blinken has conveniently blamed the Afghan forces.
I have to tell you that the inability of Afghan security forces to defend their country has played a very powerful role in what we've seen over the last few weeks. The fact is, we invested, the international community invested over 20 years, billions of dollars in these forces, 300,000 of them, with an air force, something the Taliban didn't have, with the most modern, sophisticated equipment. And unfortunately, tragically, they have not been able to defend the country. And I think that explains why this has moved as quickly as it's moved.
And what about Joe Biden? What is the US president saying? Absolutely nothing. When Kabul was being captured, Joe Biden was on a vacation. He was at Camp David for the weekend. But how long can America shrug responsibility and try and deflect blame? It was their war, their retreat, and their mistakes. A repeat of their failure in Vietnam almost 5 decades ago. Millions of Afghans and thousands of US veterans will be asking the same question. What was the point of it all? WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.